Hello everyone, and welcome back to Berserk, where we are right in the thick of it. Last episode, we know how that ended, we know how the chapters has been going so far, and this is how Chapter 87 starts, where it's just gonna be a continuation of like something just so viscerally brutal to witness. And we are going to try and push through as best we can to get past the nightmare that is the eclipse. So we'll be reading chapters 87 to 91 today, I believe. So we'll be finishing volume 13. Yes, we're reading up chapters 87 to 91 today. So let's finish volume 13. And push through this scene between Femto and Casca. Now, in the anime, they still showed quite a bit of stuff, and it was quite visceral. It was quite in your face. So I can only imagine what the manga is going to do here, because it's much more of an uncensored experience. For sure. So I am probably going to, it's obviously going to be censored. I am obviously going to skim through this stuff and look at it and take it in, but at the same time, we're not sitting here to really get any enjoyment from this, because this is not meant to be enjoyable in any capacity. So we're just going to kind of skim through it to get past this stuff. Without further ado, let's proceed with chapter 87. Of which the opening scene is the shot of Femto and Casca, mixed with the sound effect and scene of Guts tearing his arm away after brutally chopping at it to release himself from the jaws of a demon, to then run at Femto with all that he is, screaming Griffith in the chapter Afterglow of the Right Eye, which is the eye that he loses. Afterglow of the Right Eye. God damn, all the blood going down his face, and these creepy looking demon boys. And he sprints through, and we know what happens here is Femto looks up, but without any seconds lost, he's pinned down to the ground. God, the just absolute brutal rage here. He's pinned down by a couple of demons as he is forced to watch Femto take Casca. She's completely powerless at this point in time to do anything. Jesus Christ. Such beauty, it touches me. Love, hatred, pain, pleasure, life, death, all are there. This is to be human. This is to be evil. Well, I will agree with that last point. It's definitely to be evil. As Guts, like, blood streaming down him, tears streaming down his face at the same time. That fucking stare from Femto too. Dude, this is more graphic and detailed than the Guts and Casca, like, sex scene in their embrace. And I think that's wholly intentional, as it's showing just how much more like visceral and monstrous like Femto is, and like his disregard in it at this point in time for anyone but himself, and he's just literally just doing this to get revenge on Guts. Bro, this is fucking. We are essentially reading porn right now. She's trying to say, like, no. Yeah, and then, like, don't look to get him to not watch. This is fucked. Dude. There's liquid everywhere. The way that this is drawn is so... It's like... it's so incredibly detailed without showing, like, the actual act of it. It's fucked. Like, there's no... We're obviously not seeing... which is good. They're not, like, going full-on X-rated penetration. But it's just like... I'm just like, fuck, man. He really went hard on these drawings. He's like, we're gonna fucking make it as detailed as possible. And as uncomfortable as possible for the act that is being performed, you know. And as we see the claw, like the nail of one of the demons going into his eye, we see like the blood start to trickle over it, as this is going to be like the last thing that this eye sees. Holy fuck, man. Oh man, I think that shot's probably a bit unnecessary. Fucking hell. Some of these shots that have just been drawn is just like, my god. I kind of wish that it really is a struggle, because it's like it's hard. It's hard because it's such a vile act that is unfortunately a problem that we deal with in real life way more often than we think, really. And it's just to see it drawn and represented in such a detailed and sexualized manner of how it's drawn and how it's visually being shown as well is wholly uncomfortable. But I think we might be past that now as we look to see the eclipse doing a little something over here. Our members of the God Hand look up towards it as well. Oh shit, and we've got Skull Knight bashing on through. Okay, right. So that's the entry point through the storm as he comes through the eclipse. Oh, that's sick. Oh, he's going to take a swing at our Void Boy, who summons the void above it. And oh, that's cool. Like, the sword just goes right through there. Oh, and it comes back out at him. How cool. He like redirected his own strike through the void. That's sick. That is the end of Afterglow of the Right Eye, where that chapter was literally just rape, and then one scene with Skull Knight. So that was awful. Griffith sucks. Griffith is the worst. Let's move into chapter 88. Let's keep this story going. And hopefully it'll be a little easier to digest. We will see. So we've got Skull Knight coming in to save the day, apparently, in the chapter Escape. Oh, that's really interesting. The design on his face like that. Oh, that's fucked. Oh, I didn't even really notice that about his face before. It's like, it's been like sliced here, and then he's got like things like pulling the skin flaps of this region of his face open, so you can see his, like the, oh my god, that's fucked. Skull Knight rides down the arm of the God Hand, just making quick work of all of these monstrosities. He's like, I'm getting these guys out of here. Holy crap. This is like when you're playing Final Fantasy and you get Odin coming in as a as a spontaneous summon in Final Fantasy VIII. Sometimes you'll just enter a battle and Odin will come in, ride in on his steed and just fuck the team up for you. This is like that. Ooh, what is Femto doing? He puts us in a clench. Oh shit. He like uses the force to like just demon ball crush Skull Knight in there. And he's like looking at his hands being like, is this the power that I have now? Skull Knight breaks on out of there. And then Skull Knight leaves. Picks up Guts. And gets the hell out of there. It's like, whee! I'm taking Guts with me. There is Guts on the back. And then Femto just is like, just thinking about what's just happened. Did Casca get picked up? Yeah, Casca did get picked up. Casca's there too. So Skull Knight came in and picked up both Guts and Casca. So it just blended in on the back there. So got both of them. That's good. Because there's fucking nobody else left. And then they're gone. Astounding, fascinating, how unforeseen, an unprecedentable thing happens at the temporal junction point, albeit an extremely minute thing. It's impossible to anticipate everything. We ourselves are not gods, after all. Or else this too was fated to happen. Either way, the leaping of one fish would never disturb the flow of the river. And time has again begun to flow, or the fifth angel has been born. The time of darkness descends, wickedness, sacredness, illusion, reality, hatred, love, hostility, hope, the dead, the living, an age when every darkness shall eclipse light, yes, as when the moon covers the light of the sun. I suppose that's what people will call it afterwards. The Age of Darkness. And now, our lovely Femto, formerly known as Griffith, has 4 demon friends, and that's it. He's all alone, no Band of the Hawk, no friends, no people to use for his own goals. He's just chilling in his weird little creepy face environment dimension where he can just hang out and be a lonely fuck. Because he sucks. Ooh, and we see that Nosferatu Zod lost an arm in his fight with Skull Knight, but he can put it back. He's like, yeah, let me just put that one back. Rickert is still out here having a look. Amazing. To think someone could match. No, he fought even better than Zod. Yeah, nice. So Rickert is still observing this. And Skull Knight comes out, launches out of the storm with Casca and Guts. Guts? Casca? These two are not yet destined to die. Just drops 2 naked people on Rickert. Here, have the naked people. There is no time. See to their wounds. They're in terrible shape. What the heck? Where are the others? Hurry! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See to their wounds. How? Oh yeah, this. And then behind him, Zod coming back in for another round. Never mind this. Continue, if you say so. Don't think that what just happened settled anything. Of course not. But, Immortal, consider delaying our battle? What nonsense. That man. You mean that he survived? From the eclipse? Interesting. Very well. We'll put this fight on hold for the sake of his mad luck. No, I ought to say bad luck, but don't forget, this doesn't decide the outcome of our battle. You should hurry. Once the gate vanishes, they'll all pour out. You done? For now. This medicine's incredible. The bleeding stopped before I knew it. Ah, you mustn't move them yet. Hey, what in the world's happening inside that whirlwind? Is the Band of the Hawk? Everyone else inside? No one is left. No one. Huh? This too is connected. Will you come? Of course. I can't leave Guts and Casca like this. But the others... Skull Knight just whoop, picks him up. And off they ride. So, he survived the eclipse. Interesting. Show me now how it is you'll struggle as no more than a man through the world of darkness, in the wilderness of the dead that extends before you, branded swordsman. That is the end of chapter 88, Escape. So it looks like we're getting ever closer to the end of the Golden Age arc. We've already gone past, we are now past the original anime at this point. So how the 1997 anime ends is we get like the claw going into the eye, and it's just, I'm waiting so long, and it's gone. And we have been waiting so long to get past this point. So we are now past the anime. So let's jump into chapter 89, which is Awakening to a Nightmare, which is Casca with her brand. Oh, what's going on here? Hey! Wait! Where's everybody going? Stop! Stop right now! Don't go that way! That way's bad news! Judo! Caucus! Pippin! No! Don't go! Turn back! Don't go! These Guts in his band gear watching the Band of the Hawk marching off to their doom, essentially. And then he wakes up. I assume that's what this is for. He's like, huh. It's like near a waterfall, in like a cavern. We've got birds chirping. There he is. Wounds mended. No right eye. Who's there? Guts, you're awake. Oh, and then she runs up to him and slips. Ow, Erica. Oh, Erica, you slipped because you ran too fast. Rickett, why? Guts. No fair, I was first. You're awake now. I thought maybe it was too late. You haven't moved at all in 4 days. Where am I? Why are you two together? These are the hills near my home, and this is Daddy's orc cave. Ore cave. You all surprised us good. Rickrit here showed up all of a sudden and says he has injured people. Then we looked, and it was you, Guts. Rickett. I was surprised too. I never thought you guys already knew Guts. Yeah, this is where Guts was chilling out for like a year, right? Well, not for the whole year, but like for a period of it. This weird night. He brought us all here. Night? So many strange things are happening, I don't know what's what. Hey, what the heck happened inside that whirlwind? Griffith's rescue. These injuries? What happened to the others? Others. Oh, and then he quickly, like, sharply gets up as we see the stump of his arm. No, you shouldn't move yet. He grabs Rickett. Casca. Where's Casca? Casca's where? If you want to see Casca, she's over there. Okay, so she's showering in the waterfall. Casca. Casca. Casca? Puts his hand on her shoulder and she like screams and like yanks away. Casca? What? What's with you? It's enough. It's over now. Casca. She's like screaming to like get away from him. She doesn't understand. She doesn't even know you, Guts. This is no time for joking around. Casca. Oh, it fucking bites him. And runs away. Oh man, this is like, yeah, this is some fucking... This is trauma for sure. And it's manifested in a way where she's like completely just blacked out everything and just regressed. She's like, nope, goodbye. That event was way too traumatic for me that I'm just going to disappear now. I'm gone. My mind is elsewhere. I'm out of here. Yes, he's a scary, scary man. Shame on you, Guts. You shouldn't bully Casca. But you're going to catch a cold if you keep going in the water with your clothes on. She's been that way ever since she woke up 2 days ago. Her bodily injuries have already healed. She doesn't understand. She doesn't remember. Not you. Not me. The only one she trusts is Erica. Cuss. Guts walks away. Guts, where do you mean to go? In that shape? Oh man, his eye's bleeding. Guts! Stop! You can't push yourself! It could do you in! Besides, you're not supposed to go outside, no matter what. He said so. Yeah, because he's branded now. So, all we have from this point is the context that I have is he is alone by the time of the Black Swordsman arc. So I'm assuming that it seems like with the way that this story is going, Casca has forgotten everything. Amnesia, memory loss, blacking out due to the traumatic events of the eclipse. That might just spell the end of this relationship or interaction between Guts and Casca, as he might be forced to move on from that and struggle through it alone. While Casca gets to survive, I think she will have to, at least in this current point in time, it seems like maybe she'll have to rebuild her life. Maybe she'll get like nurtured and nursed back to health. I don't know if her memories will come back though, but it seems like she has survived the eclipse, but like physically, but not mentally. Whereas Guts has to carry that weight himself, all alone, from what he saw and witnessed in there. Is he's the only one who actually remembers it all. He doesn't get to share that with Casca whatsoever. She is now terrified of him because Griffith broke her, and that is the end of Awakening to a Nightmare. So moving to chapter 90, keep the story going. We got some critters. He's running through the forest, screaming and yelling and ripping his bandages off. The sprint. Oh man, this is just going to be like all of the memory flashes too. Judo, Caucus, the gang, Pippin. Oh, and then he's tumbling down the hill. Man, all your bandages are coming off. Stop pushing yourself so hard. He's getting all his memory flashes of the band. At this point, it could probably be filled with like all of those thoughts of just like, you know, should I have left the band? Imagine if I never won that fight against Griffith. Imagine if I didn't take up swords and just stayed with him. How would it have gone? Would we have still been fated for the eclipse? Or would have Guts gotten in the way of his dream and pushed him away from that? All the blood starts coming out of Guts once again, all of the lashes. as he just sprints, he just runs through so much different terrain. This is such a similar scene to almost where he was like lying down after escaping from Gambino's camp. The moon fades and rain starts to pour. Wow, and he lies down, eyes up to the sky, in, like I said, very similar callback to him lying up and looking up at the night sky as a child, and he can see Femto. Oh, that's very much an intentional callback. There you go. Ooh, the brand starts to bleed, and it starts to throb on the back of his neck. What? As he looks out, he just sees a bunch of eyes in the darkness looking at him. Oh, wow. Eye, arm, they're mine, liver, mine, brain. What? More of that nightmare again? You should take heed. From now on, this is your world. The boundary between the mortal world and that of the dead, the interstice, the sprint end. He just sprinted for ages, and then it's like, hey bud, this is your life now. This is it. Vow of retaliation. The boundary between the mortal world and that of the dead, the interstice. Oh man, the reflections of like the demons in the water. He's the one from that time. Use this. What's with this sword? It's a spiky sword. Fuck me. And he slices through them. He only has one hand to do so. What is this? This response, like cutting through water. These are the dead spirits that roam about this place. Being dead, they now cling to life. They have swarmed together in their desire for your warm flesh and blood. The brand of sacrifice, it has drawn those of darkness. Blood, life, give me life. As the watery spirits surround him, grabbing onto him. Let us in, inside you. Let us inside this body. Oh my god. Ugh. And he pushes them out. Steel yourself, otherwise you will be haunted to your death. After all, to them you are a torch tossed into the darkness. No doubt you shine through brilliantly for them. This is the reality that you must walk from here on. A world invisible to eyes of the flesh. You must stand in the interval between two worlds that, while mutually significant, do not make contact with each other. Why? That is the destiny of those who receive the brand of sacrifice. Your body, and every last drop of blood in it, has been given as an offering to those of the darkness. Destiny. 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 Shut the hell up! How about you save your high and mighty crap for after I've been haunted to death, skullface? Sacrifice, offering, destiny. Quit spouting a bunch of cryptic explanations. The point is, this is war. It ain't different from any other war. The last one standing wins. Listen here, I'm beating all you back down to hell. Tell those ugly, pale-faced bastards for me. If I get hit, I will hit back. Tell them leaving me half-eaten is gonna be the end of you. Fuck, man. I'll hunt and kill all those wretched monsters, and all of you, down to the last one. It's the origin of the Black Swordsman right here. This is my war declaration! Fuck. Should anyone trample that dream, he would oppose him body and soul. Even if the threat were... the struggler indeed. This strength is unmistakably the reason he survived the eclipse. Ooh, the demons fade and disappear. What? It's over already? Wrong. They have found it. Another torch. Be Casca. Torch? More cryptic crap. Casca. She's also branded. Oh man, that throws a whole other thing into the mix, because she's branded, so she's like, is she going to be able to like rebuild and relive her life? No, she's also stuck in between the world of the living and the dead. But what happens to her in between now and the Black Swordsman is like, the Black Swordsman arc is going to be interesting, I guess, to see what happens. Will she regain her memories? Will she get back into fighting shape? Will she decide to move on and leave Guts and maybe fight battles of her own? We're at such like a weird precipice where it's like, I have no idea what's coming ahead now, and it's going to be very interesting to see how these characters deal with the fallout of the eclipse, because it's such a massive, significant event, and it's so crazy that the anime just ends there without any sort of like resolution or an epilogue or anything like that. So it's really interesting to see that we're in such uncharted territory from here on. You gotta lend me that horse for a bit, pal. Well, hurry it up. And he pulls him on board. Whoa! Takes the sword back too. This is now twice that I've carried you. Do not be thrown. Skull Knight with his Skull Horse. That is the end of Vow of Retaliation. So they're heading back to Casca, because she is another torch in the darkness that is the interstice. So thank you so much for watching and reading along and listening to the Berserk manga read through. This episode started off quite rough. It almost makes me wish that I finished that one last episode just so I could have been done with it. But we are now in unknown storytelling territory, and I can't wait to see how this is going to continue, how our characters are going to grow, how we can see Guts go from this broken down, branded individual after the eclipse to the hardened Black Swordsman demon hunter that he turns out to be in the first arc that we read, and then what happens to Casca, all that kind of stuff. Is she safe? Is she kept secret? You know, who knows? We'll have to find out. So next time we start volume 14, where I'm not sure if we're outside of the Golden Age yet. I think we might still be at like just the very end of having the Golden Age wrap up. So we'll be checking that one out next time in volume 14. So thank you so much for coming along these chapters, and I will see you next time.